Morning, folks. It's Nate. It's time for another QuickCast. Hey, everyone. Feels like I haven't recorded a video in forever. And forever is like a week and a half. So I just thought I'd get something out there quick, give you guys an update, make sure you don't think I've disappeared or something. It's been a busy 2 weeks. The week before last was the Coal Mountain Jeep Jamboree that I volunteer at, and that was a good time. I got some gimbal footage, and I will be processing that and getting it up on the channel eventually. It's quite a bit of footage, so I don't know if it'll be separate videos or if I'm going to trim it down. I don't know. I'll figure out what to do with that. And last week I was in Boston at an IT conference, Red Hat Summit, because I work in IT, and you know, SWBCrawler doesn't pay me well enough or at all to to make it a full-time job. That would be awesome, though. So to that end, just a quick reminder: if you want to support me or support SWBCrawler via Patreon, you can do so at patreon.com/SWBCrawler. Whatever you feel is worth sending me is good enough for me and appreciated. You can also support this endeavor by shopping at my Teespring shop, where I've got some interesting t-shirts up for sale. Teespring.com. I always blank on this URL. I think it's stores, or is it shops/SWBCrawler. There's a link in the description of the video. You can click on that and check out my Teespring shop. And lots of fun slogans and sayings on t-shirts there, including just sort of apparel for SWBCrawler. You can share your love of my channel with all your friends. And of course, some of the people you see walking down the street, quite odd. Anyway, and of course, if you want to support me without costing you a dime, just hit that subscribe button and hit that little bell notification so you know when I produce a new video like this one. So, as I was saying, it's been a busy couple of weeks. I've also been in the midst of renovating my home office. And by renovating, I mean we're doing this shuffle where we're moving kids into a different room, and we're moving craft room and moving office and moving everything all over the place, which means I'm going to spend like the next 6 months moving things around the house and painting rooms, and it'll be worth it in the end. But right now it seems daunting because we've only got the first room done. Not even done. I've got the first room painted. We still got to move everything, and that's my office. So next time I record a video in my office, I'll be in my new office, which is kind of cool. I'm working on decorating the room, make it reflect me a little bit and my endeavors. But it came out nice. We converted what used to be my wife's craft room into my new office. One of our kids' old rooms is going to become her new craft room. So all you husbands out there who are like, uh-oh, you took the wife's craft room away, don't worry, she's getting it back. She's getting a better one. Turns out an office doesn't have to be huge, but a craft room does. So she's getting a bigger room for her craft room, because her craft room was just a shambled mess before. So she's not really out much by not having a craft room at the moment, because the old one was practically unusable. Works well as an office, though. And man, it's been so dreary and rainy, I didn't bring my sunglasses, and there's the sun blinding me. I'm not going to complain, though. We don't have enough sun lately. It's been rainy and rainy and rainy here in Pennsylvania. So I think I have finally figured out a way to mount this camera that's not shaky. As you can probably see in the video, here's my phone on my 67 Designs mount. The GoPro did not fit in this clip. It was just a little too narrow. It probably would with the case on it. But the bottom line is, if you can see in the video, the the 67 Designs mount is just as shaky as the GoPro mount I had before. Sorry, tired. And I think that's because of the surface it's mounted to. It's basically mounted right to the dash trim, or not the trim, but the dash itself, as you can see in my 67 Designs install video. If you haven't checked that out, go ahead. But basically, I used their X-plate to mount to the tray on the dash here, and it's pretty darn solid for using my phone. I mean, the phone doesn't move at all. The problem is that the surface it's mounted to shakes a lot, and I didn't realize that until the phone was mounted there. It's fine for phone usage, but it's not fine for recording a video. So what I finally broke down and did was I put one of these GoPro suction cup mounts on the windshield, and that's where I've got you mounted now. So hopefully the perspective is good. I don't have a lot of options for where I can mount you that you don't obstruct my view. After all, first and foremost, I have to be able to drive while I'm doing this. And if I obstruct my view at all, then it doesn't work, because I need to be driving as safely as possible, obviously. And I feel like this, what I'm doing now, talking to you while driving, isn't really all that bad. So I think it's fine. That being said, I do think I've talked for a while about the possibility of doing these QuickCasts from home instead of on the road like this. Now, the reason I do them the way I'm doing them now is because I have an hour commute, and it's really convenient to be able to just throw on the recorder and talk while I really have nothing else to do except drive. And the downside to that is all the road noise, right? You can hear in the background. You can hear my tires hum. You can hear the shakes and the rattles on the inside of the Jeep. Yesterday I was going to record a QuickCast, but it was raining so darn hard I thought the background noise was just going to kill it. So, you know, there's a lot of not so optimal things about recording the way I'm recording now. And I'd really like to turn the QuickCast into a podcast. And I don't think audio listeners are gonna appreciate all the background noise. So if you don't know this already, I already produce a podcast, an IT podcast, called the Iron Sysadmin Podcast. So I'm already set up to do a podcast. As you've seen from any of the QuickCasts or whatever that I've done from my office, I have a decent mic, I've got a mixer, I've got a little soundboard. I could do a podcast pretty easily. And with some of the advances I've made in screen recording on my laptop, I could certainly produce it in such a way that it's more like, you know, I could produce it video and audio, and video viewers could get something that's more like a broadcast, more like a show, right? And audio listeners, you know, I just have to be careful to make the audio as listenable as the video is viewable, and it could be good for both audio and video, right? So yeah, that's a thing that I'd like to work on, and you know, maybe that'll come in the next episode or two. With the new office, it makes it easier because it's in a better place in the household where I can just step into the office quick and do a thing and then step out. Where my old office was like secluded from the family, which was good for privacy, but not good for family, if you know what I mean. So, yeah. Anyway, look forward to that. I told you in my last video that I would have a surprise on my next video, and I was hoping that my next video would be in the garage, but it hasn't been because I haven't had time to get in the garage and do anything. But the surprise is that my wife and I bought a JK. It's hers, she's driving it. We replaced her Nissan Pathfinder with a 4-door 2014 Sport Unlimited. and it is one of my favorite colors, Copperhead. I always wanted a Jeep that color. When I had my 2013 JK, in 2014 they came out with Copperhead, and I was kicking myself because I really wanted to buy that burnt orange color that they used to have on the TJs. They call it Ember Fire. It's possible that had I purchased my 13 JK in Copperhead, I may still have it today. Because one of the things that I found boring about my Jeep was its color. I'm sorry, Tammy, if you're watching, but my JK was black, and I thought it was boring. You know, whatever, to each their own. I suppose I could have accented it or whatever and made it better, but I find the black color on the JK to be very drab, and you know, I just didn't like it. Tammy, your Jeep looks fine though. Don't take this the wrong way, and also don't take it that I like red, because I don't like red Jeeps. In fact, I like red even less than I like black. Black is at least sort of stealth or unremarkable, where red is like in your face, I wish I were a firefighter sort of color, and I don't like that either. What I really like are metallic paints that have a little bit of fleck in them. That's awesome. That have some depth to them. I also don't like the silver color that my Jeep is, but I didn't have much choice when I got it. Anyway, Nate's going off on a tangent about Jeep colors, just to explain that I bought a JK, and it's Copperhead, and it's pretty cool. It's a good color. Next time I do a garage video, I'll be sure to do a short about the new JK and show you guys around it. It's nothing real remarkable. It's just a stock JK Sport, not a Rubicon. I'd like to have gotten a Rubicon, but man, they command a high price still. Heck, the Sport that we got was still over 20 grand. And that's, I mean, it's a lot. It's in pretty good shape though. I mean, really good shape. The body's in great shape. There's not a lot of rust on the underside. Not any fluids leaking. You know, it's pretty good shape. But anyway, I digress. New JK in the household. I'll show it to you later. What else can I talk to you guys about today? I guess I've been going on for probably about 20 minutes already, so maybe we'll call it a close. Thanks for watching, folks, and remember to support me in all the ways that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. It'd be really appreciated. I'd really like to turn SWB QuickCast into more than what it is. I don't know how right now. If you know how, reach out, because I don't know how. I don't know what to do next. I don't know what to do to grow this thing. The YouTube channel was my next step in growing the SWB QuickCast brand, and while it certainly helped, it didn't quite, or hasn't quite, gotten the traction that I hoped it would. And I don't know if that's because I need to produce more or better videos, or if I need to switch up the content, or if it wasn't the right path. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. As many of you know, I've run SWB QuickCast as a website for like 13 years or something. I'd have to look that up. It might be closer to 10 years. It's been a long time, guys. I've been passionate about sharing information for a long time, and I really want to turn SWB QuickCast into more than just a platform for me sharing information, but maybe a platform that that can support me in sharing information. Because right now it's a time sink, a time and money sink, and I don't have a lot of time or money. And I'm not saying I'm about to turn off the site, but I am saying that if I had more motivation, or maybe not motivation, if I had more incentive to get involved in more, off-road trade shows, or off-road events or whatever so that I could report them because I know it's what you people want, then maybe I would do that. And who knows, maybe some of the other hobbies I have would fall off to support that. I don't know. I think that's what would have to happen, because there's only so much time in the day, and I've got a lot of sort of creative outlets right now between the podcast, SWB QuickCast, and a couple other little smaller things that I do. And if I keep going, it cuts out family time, and I've also got 2 little girls and a wife to take care of. So, only so much time. Maybe I need help, psychological help. Anyway, I think I'm going to call it a close. Thanks for watching. Remember to support the channel. Remember to support my other endeavors through SWBCrawler.com or through the Teespring shop. Anything you guys do to support me is much appreciated. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and tune in next time.